Pinto.
Who's the hero? Who's the hero? Kakavanda vadiyaro Kakavanda partigalai nare narai kirikum zaro.
Hello and welcome to this special interview in our genius called by another name. That's Kamal Haasan for you. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us.
My pleasure.
Manmadhan Ambu. Oh yeah.
How did you manage this look? I mean, I know Kamal Haasan has always looked 20 years younger than his real age, but a lot of the young heroes seem to be they seem to have got a run for their money now. What is it due to? Would you mind spilling the beans? Botox, or you've avoided all those Samco biryanis next door?
I do a little bit of Samco biryani.
You still do?
But no Botox at all.
Okay.
And it loses the mobility in the face. So
There's a lot of working out,
yeah,
and
a lot of workouts, and Gautami takes care of my diet. So she's unkind and kind at the same time.
Okay, so the unkindness cut off all when it comes to your diet and your
Yes.
and the calories
And the
and all
kindness is when she keeps
that. Okay.
telling me good stuff about.
Sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind, perhaps.
Yes, yes.
So
no, no pain, no gain.
Absolutely. Also, recently there was a book released on Rajnikant's Punch dialogues called Punch Tantra. Many believe that if you were to do a book on Kamal Haasan, probably it could be on deleted scenes.
Oh, that will be very interesting. Some of them.
In fact, I've got this your screenplay of Hey Ram, and
Hey
where
Ram.
you've included many of those censored
Deleted
portions.
scenes were done by censors, but some of it I fought and got back. Some of it I thought it would be a good political statement to make, to let them have their stuff, because all the time, including in Dashavataram, when they said,
The
for
Shaivites and the
example, that,
Vaishnavites.
yeah, they said I'm blaspheming. They didn't even see the film, and they said I stepped on the Bhagavad Gita. Why would anyone do that? Basically, I love people.
Is it because it's a sort of a publicity stunt, so that some of them cling
I
on to a
think
celebrity?
when they need a vehicle, they sort of take on. I think Sandhya was that.
Sandhya to Virmandi.
Sandhya to Virmandi. As a matter of fact, Sandhya is not of any community. You could have a Sandhya in any community. Sandhya means a bully. But that gentleman just wanted a ride. He conceived that I must.
But you had to ultimately change the name, and also you
No,
shot
I
it.
made it Virmandi, which is very community specific. So they made it even more louder, and I was just smiling to myself, and I accepted the name because we already recorded many songs with Virmandi in the title. We
Also
didn't
you-
want to be blatant after Tevar Magan to name it after a
After a
community.
cast. Okay. Also, you shot it largely in, almost entirely, I think, in MGR Film City, and it was that, and after that, not entirely.
At the time, I don't think we'd have got permission in MGR Film City even. So I shot it in the Campacola campus,
Okay.
which was incidentally an old studio where Mr. Elisar Duncan has shot.
Okay.
Many of us, including, I think, Meera.
But after that, you've not really done a rural kind of setting.
not
Was that a
after.
reason, given your experience? No, nothing to do with that.
I like the audience, I also seek change along with them. And so and then there was a thing about Mumbai Express that I should change the name. At that time, I did not relent.
This time around, sir, with Manmadhan Ambu,
Manmadhan
you say
Ambu-
that if had you been the producer, you would not have changed that, deleted that
Absolutely
song.
not, because the censors have allowed it. These are rabble-rousing people who are looking for a transport.
What was your objection really to that song?
Nothing. He said, this discussion took place here, and he said I had said Dondi Ganapati. Dondi Ganapati is something that you find in all the prayer songs, probably because I am considered to be a rationalist, and hence I cannot say it, but they can. There is a song in another friend's film, I think, where Muruga, the Lord Muruga is questioned how he managed to wrangle Valli. Eppadi pudicha? How did you get hold of Valli? What techniques did you use? Is what they are asking. But probably because that was done by a bhakt. And It's only rationalists who are not allowed to talk. But my thing is not about hurting people. It's not people I dislike. It's a
You're
religion.
entertaining them, yeah.
It's a religion that I'm not very conducive with.
You're an atheist, I mean,
I'm not even atheist.
Agnostic.
I am a rationalist. I like to rationalize. I'm not an agnostic. I'm not an atheist. Because theist, the opposite of theist becomes an atheist. I'm willing to show me God, I'll shake hands.
okay. So, I mean, does it make you sad now, as a renowned filmmaker, that you, despite getting a U certificate, for instance?
No,
from
this
the censor board-
also came from the producers. The request came from the producers.
Okay.
They didn't want to take any risk. I think that's
But does it make you sad, sir, that despite getting a U certificate, there are parallel centers, almost parallel censor boards operating with impunity?
That is something I would take on if I were a producer.
Okay.
They don't pack the punch, or probably election is too near. We don't know. That's their call, and they've taken it.
And you respected that as well. Many people believe that the film industry today is sort of dominated by three parallel power centers: Red Giant, Cloud9, and Sun Pictures. What's your take on this, sir?
It's always been the survival of the fittest. At one time, it was dominated by A.V. Mev Chettiar, Nagireddyar Saab, and Vasan. The rest were small people trying, and then there was Jupiter Studio. Say, it used to be 4 or 5.
So there's nothing new really in this.
They always, the fittest survive.
Is there a sort of stranglehold, sir? No.
Well, I don't know when the political scenario keeps changing. There can't ever be a stranglehold in a democratic country.
But you're reasonably comfortable with this?
I am comfortable. I have no complaints. I've worked with them. The only request is they asked for a reduction of these 10 minutes from the film. Apart from that, Mr. Udayanidhi never even came to watch shooting. I've never seen him do that. He came on the cruise, but he was always away, and we could see him only after.
So he gave you that freedom, that operational freedom?
I can't complain about that.
Okay, pretty happy working with Udayanidhi.
That kind of environment is good to work. It's not, as you say, these three family stranglehold. That's
at least what the opposition parties allege, yeah.
That as if it's an artist, but it's these rabble-rousing religious
who cause
zealots.
harm. Okay. Talking of the cruise, how was it? Was it like a holiday of sorts as well, sir?
It could have been if we had not been working. But we never even knew where we were. The ship was moving, and we hit bed, tired, got up, quickly went to work, and then we looked around and found we were somewhere in Malta and sometimes in Italy. And even when we got down on the land to shoot, we were all full of shooting. I took off after the completion of shooting for about 3 days. Sat in Rome and the Colosseum and all the places I've read a lot about.
It wasn't like you didn't feel that it was like a one big long holiday at work?
No, not at all. Not for me, not while working. And in a way that my sort of, I don't know whether to call it discipline or tenacity of purpose, got, it was probably infected to others. They were also not able to enjoy it as a holiday. That's what they all complained later on.
Also about you have said, sir, that rehearsals are sort of mandatory for even small
I come
budget
from
films.
a school, I've been trained like that. Whenever possible, that you come from theatre, you're trained like that. I come from even Navium, they had a big hall called the rehearsal hall. Modern theatres had it. Suddenly, cinema became techno-savvy, and they thought they knew everything, and they thought they don't need rehearsals. I don't know when they dropped it. Mr. Balchandar did it on the sets, because they were all unknown actors when he worked with them, when he started work with them. So the time is up to him. He can start shooting when he wants. So the rehearsals were a must. It's not like I invented rehearsals. Anyone sensible will indulge in it.
All right. We'll slide into a short break now on this special interview. When we come back, we'll talk to Mr. Kamal Haasan about his experience in working with Trisha, who's been tweeting and has been going to town about the sheer learning experience of working with the big star here.
Who's the hero? Who's the hero? Kakavanda Vadiyaro தாக்க வந்த பாட்டிகளை நாரே நாராய் கிழிக்கும்